Hey everyone, this is Noble Artist here, and welcome to another You Pick I Paint video. This is number 7, I believe, and for this one I picked Core Lock 30 Games. He is the one who picked the color scheme for this figure. He said do it on an ARF trooper, give him a machine gun, and that's exactly what I did. I want to apologize for not getting this video out yesterday because it's supposed to be the You Pick I Paint on Monday, and I had the figure pretty much made, but I had a couple details that I needed to finish and I wasn't able to. I had a really busy week, so I had to finish this guy up this morning actually. So here you go, here's the video, and I'm gonna go ahead and get right into this review. First thing I'd like to point out is the colors that he picked. Here we have this dark maroon, kind of a metallic reddish maroon color. He also picked white and then gray, and then we got some orange right here, which I really love this orange. And I'm really glad he picked these colors because they look amazing together. When I go through the comments looking at the color schemes, I line them up and see what looks good, and these colors were fantastic. I do use white and gray. Either way, I'm going to accent with white and gray. They're kind of a gimme, but I do appreciate the challenge trying to incorporate the white and gray in the majority of this figure. I also used black right here, and then I used silver, and I used gray. I used gold. So I did use 3 other colors, but gold, silver, and black are also accent colors that are also kind of a gimme, unique colors like that. So, but the main 4 colors are the 4 colors that he picked. So I will give you a shout out at the end of this video with a shout out from the last video that I had. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into this review. Going to take the gun out of his hand. He said give him a machine gun, and this is a really awesome machine gun, so I will show you that last. So stay tuned for that because you don't want to miss it. Okay, so I did a couple different things with this figure. I wanted to keep the main color scheme with this red and this orange. I wanted that colors to kind of pop, so I didn't go crazy and put them everywhere. It's really only 4 spots. It's on the top of the helmet, the shoulders, and then the comma around his waist. So the only places that have the coloring, which is a good thing because it makes them stand out even more. So the rest of the armor, I had to use the white and then the gray for that. And then of course obviously there's black, and then small details I put gold and silver. But we'll get to that when we see them. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the bottom of the character. We have the boots here painted black. And then up here is, technically that is going to be the knee pad for this figure, and then this bigger piece is going to be kind of a shin guard, if you will. I mean, the legs are only so long, so you can't really put a whole, like, all the pieces that a normal human or clone would have. You just don't have the space for it. And then I had I almost said tupper. The top part of the legs is painted black. You can't see it, but it does have the fabric piece that goes around the leg that I use. Oops, it is still there, but you can't see it because all the black is painted in there. And of course the center piece with the gray shape going sideways. I normally put this gray stripe going down it, but I decided to put it sideways just because there's too many stripes going down, and I had to break it up just a little bit. So the main theme of some of this armor is going to be this white and gray pattern right there. And then moving up a little bit farther, we have on the belt, we have 4 pieces of the belt itself, and then with that we have 3 colors on each belt. About a third of the way up is painted with a white. The top part is black, and then it is accented with a silver dot on each one of those, just to give it the appearance of having a button there, or a way to open the pouches itself. And then right above that we have the bandolier, which is my fabric, and then I got 4 pieces of this is the same actually material that I use for the belt, which is nice because before I would use other things that I would run out of, or it's limited supply, or things I would find, so I can only do it once. But this material I have a lot of, so, and I can also cut it to the shapes I want. So you can see all these are kind of the same shape to them, which is really good. So, and then I also have, I think I have a tutorial on how to make this sash. So if you guys go to my channel and then go down, there should be a tutorial category, and in there there should be one for this. But that is a really awesome feature. If you guys want to use it for your customs, feel free to. And then over here we got another kind of a sash going down here, bandolier, and then we have two, I guess you can say, thermal detonators. They're not exactly the thermal detonator because that's on the back of the figure. So I guess they can be droid poppers or what. You can use your imagination for that. But they are also painted black. And then you might not be able to see it, but there's a small red dot on the top of each of those, just giving it the illusion of the button that you would have to click to detonate it. So awesome, another really cool little detail, little feature. So yes, moving on. Well, that is the end of the front of the figure. We'll move on to the side over here. We have the gauntlet, the wrist pad, the elbow pad, the shoulder pad. I don't know if this has a name for it. I tried to look up the names for this type of armor from a suit of armor, and they have a lot of really crazy names, and they're awesome, but they're really hard to remember. So yeah, feel free to look that up if you're curious. But I had the same pattern going here with the white with the gray stripe going down it. Also here on this piece. I was going to put it up here, but I accidentally made the shoulder pads first, so I couldn't get underneath there, and I didn't want to like ruin anything by trying to put paint up into that. So it just has the gray on the arm, which looks really good, by the way. And then this piece, I did originally have it painted silver, but silver and gray didn't look good together. It just blended in too well. So I used gold. Gold works really well with orange, so I do think that the gold was a good choice for that. The shoulder pad, I'm not sure, sorry, the shoulder pad, the elbow pad is painted solid gray. I do like making my I almost said shoulder pad again, my elbow pad's a solid color. I think it just looks better that way. And then, of course, the shoulder pad. Now, the difference with these shoulder pads, mostly all my shoulder pads kind of have this slant to them, this they're kind of this angle that's kind of facing down, and this one is actually quite the opposite. I've put it going straight out. I just folded it over the shoulder, and of course it is cut differently, but I folded it over the shoulder, and then this is another piece of the shoulder pad that I cut in half and then cut to fit into that that groove. So it kind of gives it like it's going straight out and then down, almost like those rings you see, the little tassel rings that you'll see on commanders and certain figures. So then the other side of the arm is exactly the same, with the same armor, same color scheme, with the same type of shoulder pads. I'll give you guys a more aerial look. They are also painted with the main color scheme for this figure, with that metallic kind of maroon color with an orange stripe going down the shoulder pad, which is really awesome. I do like this shoulder pad design. I may not make it again because I want to leave it, I want to make each custom like different in a way, and I think doing the same shoulder pads, although it is good for some of them, this one I might not do again because I really like it on this custom and I don't really want to take it away from this one, but who knows, we'll see how it goes. Moving on to the back of the figure now, we have two more of these awesome ammo packs, one on either side. We have the thermal detonator here in the middle that's painted gray with some detailing with the black paint. And then this backpack is also, it's only made of 3 pieces, which is really awesome because normally I put a lot on there, but it looks like it has a lot of things, but it's only 3 pieces. This gold here is actually the color of the piece I used. It's an electronic piece, and I painted the rest of it black. I'm not sure if you can see that, but the rest of it's black and the center is gold. And the underneath piece I actually got from a watch that I painted white and black, kind of giving it some more detail. And then this top piece right here is painted black with a little bit of gray detailing on the top of that. And then this piece right here is really awesome. This metal piece came from a necklace. It's a type of material that I use for certain things, and it's the same material that I use for my commandos detailing right here with that metal. I just flattened it and then applied it to the back. I'm not sure you can see how flat that is. And then because it is silver, when I add a little bit of black to it, it gives it this really nice rustic kind of silver look, which is really great, which I was going for. But that holds these two little sashes together. And for these, I didn't really want to paint them just white or just black or leave them kind of boring. So what I did was I painted them all white, and then I accented these, giving them some detail with this black paint, giving it this diamond pattern out of the white, which goes around perfectly. And I did a pretty good job trying to even these out on both sides. I think both sides each have 4 of these white sections on them, but I do like giving these patterns. It just breaks it up, and it's a really cool technique. And for the other one that I did with this guy, he has these stripes on his. It's just another way of adding some more detail and making it more unique and different from all the rest. So that is that. And then of course we have the comma down here. Painted this sucker all orange. Actually I had to paint it gray first because for some reason my orange soaked through the fabric. So I had to paint it gray. I had to prime it first, which I've never had to do before. And then I painted orange with these, with the maroon patterns here. That was actually kind of hard to paint. This is actually fingernail polish, for those who haven't already noticed. And fingernail polish is really hard to paint with because you have a massive brush on the end. So I had to dip into it with my paintbrush and then paint those on, and it dries really fast. And it's kind of a hassle, but I'm glad I did it because it was worth it. And then of course I outlined it with that same color. So that is it for the back of the figure and pretty much everything else. Moving on to the helmet. Now normally the helmet's right up here. I put I realized that my hand was there the entire time, but I was using it to spin, but I can use my other hand. I normally paint all this like the bright color, but I wanted to, like I said before, leave the main colors for the top and the shoulders and whatnot. So I painted all this gray, which I think looks really awesome. It doesn't take away from it all. Then he has gray in the figure, so trying to put it there, it's nice to add the same kind of colors throughout the figure. And then that gray wraps all the way around. If you can see how smooth that is, it's because I'm using Tester's paint. It comes in these glass tubes. You guys have all seen it a million times. It's a really good quality paint. It's going to last for a long time. And then I added these black squares on the cheek and then another black line in there. And then I put that piece back on the vent. Basically what I did was, if you can see like the normal figure, if it's not too bright, he does have those squares there, but they are painted, put them on this side, they are painted green. So I just added those back on there and made them black, pretty much. I didn't add them all, obviously, but I put some back on there and made them black. Painted the inside of that black as well, with a little silver accent on that center circle. And then in here, these grooves, these indents, I painted those black to give it some more little detail. And also up in there, I painted that black. And then the silver, there's actually a little piece that sticks out, goes across. It's almost like a little vent. I painted those silver as well. And over here, got the antenna. Now this antenna was actually gold from beforehand, but I painted it gold anyway just to match the other gold. Put another piece of metal going over top of that, painted it white, got a black dot. Actually, that's pretty much it for most of the helmet. And then over here, I painted this little part black, and then it's really hard to paint numbers with that small, but the 45th regiment is where this guy is from. And then in hindsight, I probably could have put it on the back right there, because I did have a different design that would have wrapped around here, but I can use that on a different figure, and I do like the way it turned out, so I'm going to keep it. And then move on to the top of the helmet. He does have the main fin is painted with the maroon, red, and then the orange accented with the stripe, and then also on the sides of the helmet. And then this front piece with the black and then these white stripes just kind of brings this whole figure together. Trying to add some more, I guess, darkness to the top of it because it was all white and it looked really bad. So a kind of funny story behind that, I didn't try to put that pattern on the top. I just kind of spilt some paint and then I had to go with it. So I made that pattern work somehow. But I do really enjoy the way it turned out. And then of course his head is a clone head. He has the neck guard on the figure. So that is pretty much it for the figure. And then he said give him a machine gun, and I think I did a pretty good job on this machine gun. It has sort of an ACOG scope on it, like a smaller scope, because obviously you're not going to expect to get a lot of range out of a machine gun. And then he has a box clip on the side, if you can see there on the side how the ammo belt is fed into the box clip. And then just kind of got some more detail going on here, some silver and some metal over here on the barrel. Put the red tip on the end of it. And then for the scope, I got this, I almost said silver again, got the yellow on either side. of that. And I got another little pouch here on that side. And then some little detailing here and there. And then the stock is painted brown. I had to mix some colors. I had to mix black and brown to make this darker color. But yeah, really awesome gun, really cool machine gun. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, I will try to make a tutorial or a how-to on that machine gun if you guys are curious on how to make it, because it was a lot of fun and it looks really awesome on the figure. So it's a nice little heavy gun, heavy machine gun. Definitely not as big as the Gatling gun, but it is pretty awesome. Whew! It's been a long video. I don't think I stopped talking the entire time. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this custom. I really do enjoy this custom. If you liked it, hitchhike it. Please leave me a comment down below. Let me know what colors you want to see next. I will put a link to my Flickr where I have a picture of all my paints, because I don't want to have to edit it into each video because it takes time and I'm not that good at it. So do me a favor and please just go to my Flickr. I'll put a link down. It'll take you to this picture. And then all you do is pick 4 colors. So for instance, if you want this color, please say I want number 29. Don't tell me you want red. Same with orange and whatnot. So pick 4 colors, tell me the number that you want. So in this one, he said I want 29, 1, 7, and 3. I want it on an ARF trooper, give him a heavy machine gun. So that's just for the example. But yeah, just pick 4 colors. And I really enjoyed this one because I wanted to use red. And a lot of people pick colors that were like red and green. And I tried that before and it either looked like it belonged in a Christmas episode or it looked like a watermelon. So I try to avoid certain colors. But just use your judgment. Have fun with it. Let me know what colors you want me to use next. So that link will be in the description. Also, I will put down there a link to my eBay where I have my armor packs still on there. Gives you the armor you need for these figures. There's pictures of them. It doesn't have all the armor, of course, because I'm trying to keep the price low and it does take some time to make these. So I cut all this out by hand. But go check those out. I also made one that comes with a clone, so you can get the armor and have a clone to put it on. I also have these 2 guys on eBay as well. This guy will be up there eventually, probably today, maybe tomorrow. But this video has been going long enough. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit this button up in here to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget, if you're the first person to leave a comment on my video, you'll get a shout out, which I will put right up in here. I'll also give out the shout out to the winner of this You Pick I Paint will be up there. And if you have content on your video, I will put a link to your video also. Whew. So guys, this video has been long. It's going on 18 minutes. If you finish this entire video, you are awesome. I want to thank you so much for your support. God bless you all. I will see you later in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye.